Hello and welcome to Coxie's Picks, and today we're going to be looking at the custom Clejuso rigid designed by the bondage engineer. Right, and as you can see, I've got it sporting a nice white PLA. That'll be important later. Last video I did allude to the fact that I was going to make a tool to get rid of the double lock and the single lock whilst having it in keyholes up. Well, whilst I did make that tool, unfortunately I'm not able to show the tool in a public arena because it would make criminals too easy to escape. However, I got inspired by reading a book. I was once told that if you want to keep something a secret, hide it in a book. The book was Riley's A Key by Any Other Name, and if you want to get it, it is currently on sale in the David Duval shop. I will link it in the description. And there are lots of useful, unique tools inside there that could be quite useful for a budding escape artist. Obviously, a lot of them need to be modernized and you need to tweak them slightly, but hey, you get the idea. So I thought I need to be able to show you something, so let's look at shimming them. And that's when I remembered that Clejuso are really clever with their anti-shim. They've got the actual, so if I take what I normally use on a rigid cuff as my shim, and if I take that and I place it down, you can see that it's nowhere near the pulls whatsoever, which is a bit of a bugger. And then you've also got a gap either side of the pull, which means that if the bow was inserted like so, I wouldn't be able to cheat and go down the side because I'm just hitting nothing. So I need a tool that can go for all the way the length of the cuff, but then you hit the trap. And this trap is quite a unique trap. It is a very raised pull. So this is actually technically quite a tricky cuff to shim out of. But just because it's tricky doesn't mean it can't be done. So we're going to be using a modified Law Locks Tools bypass blade, and modified in such a way that all I did was just make the tip a little bit thinner, and that's only just to make it glide in a little bit smoother into the cuff. So without further ado, we shall go for a sneaky single lock with the keyholes up, and then we'll reveal a party trick with this new PLA. So let's go get the cuffs on. Okay, we've got the cuffs, we've got the tool. What we're going to do is we're going to put the keyholes up the arms. So up we go. First one on. I can go tighter. There we go. Right, so we're up. Yes, there's lots of room. Right, there we go. Right, so with the tool, you want to reach over, place it in between. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because at the same time you need to squeeze the bow. So what I do is I push it against my chest, the tool, and then I squeeze the bow, and then we get it feeling right for it, and we can slip out. So let's do that again. Put the tool in so you can see, just like so, and then you're going to balance it against your chest so you can push in and squeeze the bow and then slip free. So that's how you shim a set of Clejuso rigid, which is kind of cool, right? But I want to show you how to get that double lock set. And this is where it's going to get really interesting. So let me stop, change the lighting a little bit, and then we'll be able to show you. So bear with me. Okay, got my cuffs, change the lighting around a little bit so it's kind of glary in my face. It will come clear in a minute. What we're going to do is we're going to put the cuffs on. We're then going to set the double locks like so. Right, so you can see now that the double locks are actually set. Right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn the lights off, and you're going to see, but I can't see anything, and that's probably a good thing when I'm not allowed to show you the tool, but you can still see the cuffs because they glow in the dark. So at least you know I'm still trapped. And as long as I keep talking you through what's happening, so the first thing I do is I get my tool in position, and now I've got to get rid of the double lock. You might hear a click, and that's the double lock clear. And then all I need to do is get rid of the single lock, which is just like that. I need to retrieve my tool. Once I've retrieved my tool, I need to then go onto the other side. Hopefully I'm still in frame. You can see me. There we go. All right, we need to get rid of the double lock on that side, single lock on that side, and then what we need to do is retrieve our tool and then turn the light back on. And that is set Clejuso rigid, escape from in the dark. Absolutely fantastic design. Love these cuffs. Great fun. Right, brilliant. Let's go and do final thoughts. Right, I absolutely love this cuff. It is fantastic. Right, And I hopefully at one point in my collecting career I will actually get a set of 209s, but until then this is a superb replacement. I absolutely love them. If you can't get hold of the mirrored ones, then this is also a challenge, as long as you remind yourself that it does have one on each side. Right, both keyholes up does create a significant difficulty, and you do need to do a little bit of research on tools. And obviously you just got the plain Jane hinged, which I used to think were quite tricky. Now these are the trickier ones. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, and go and send your love to the bondage engineer and check out his latest project, which is a reduced bow on the CL11, which is definitely something to consider if you have slender wrists. But thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.